Hello guys, welcome to Movie Mind YouTube channel. Today, in this video, I am going to explain to you the full story of the Hostel movie. Let's take a look at the story of this movie without further delay. A pandemic situation could almost end the world. Most of the people are dead and only a few are alive. One girl who survives in such a situation is Juliet. She is going on the road in a car. She has a gun and a photo of her husband Jack. She goes to look for food and supplies for the few survivors there. After a long drive she comes across a gas station. She comes there, sees no people inside, no objects, and stops there. Because she is tired. Taking a rest, Juliet feels that there is some strange animal above her. And she hears some sounds too. With that she leaves thinking that it is not a safe place. Thinking that she has to go to her family's place before dark, she takes a shortcut. As she goes a little further on that route, she notices a car parked there. When she went there to check if anyone was there, she found a man with injuries. He told her, "Night is a strange creature, it attacked me, I somehow managed to catch it and locked it inside the van. Kill me, I can't bear this pain." But to Juliet, using a bullet on a man seems vested. She goes in to get supplies for his men and shoots the strange beast hard. When he came out later, the man was also dead. And Juliet takes what she needs from there and leaves. She must leave before dark. Because at night again those strange animals come out. While driving in the car, she stares at a photo of her husband, Jack. With that her car skids and falls on the side of the road. What are those animals? And now let's look at the story of Juliet, her past. Jack and Juliet meet in an art gallery for the first time. Juliet comes to eat food free there. By this we understand. Jack is a rich person, the owner of that art gallery, and Juliet is a poor girl. Juliet is looking at an art in that art gallery. Noticing this, Jack approaches her and asks, "Do you like that art?" and tells her that destiny decided that we should meet like this. Juliet says, "I don't believe in all of these. There is a photo of a monster." Seeing it, Juliet tells Jack, "This photo is so ugly." Jack tells her to look at the beauty behind the ugliness. So they go to Jack's house talking. Juliet is shocked to see Jack's house there. Because Jack is very rich, and Juliet is very poor and a drug addict. But here the only common point between them is that both of them are single. Juliet seemed a little embarrassed there, leaving Jack's home as a sudden. Jack doesn't know why Juliet left like that. A few days later, at a hotel, Jack follows Juliet after seeing her with an old man. Jack realizes that Juliet did it all for money. Jack follows Juliet home. Realizing her situation, Jack tells Juliet, "I'll help you." But Juliet insults Jack and sends him out. A few days later, Juliet is found injured at Jack's door. The bullies in front of Juliet's house beat her up. Jack takes Juliet in, gives her first aid and is very caring. But the next day Juliet goes to take drugs again. If Jack tries to stop her, she will break things there. To get her out of the drug addiction somehow, they will get a house outside the village and shift there. Slowly, Juliet comes to understand Jack, and a few days later she becomes pregnant. But due to her bad habits a dead child is born. Even knowing that Juliet lost the child because of her bad habits, Jack takes it very caringly without letting Juliet know about it. But Juliet often leaves home in this depression. Jack always finds her. So one day when Jack is bringing Juliet, Juliet argues with Jack about the dead child. Jack has no patience and gets out of the car. Juliet also goes to the bar from there and sits. Does not lift Jack's calls. Just then, Juliet sees the news on TV that there has been a chemical attack at Jack's place. Just then she gets a call from Jack. This time Juliet picks up the call. But in that call, a stranger says that Jack has been admitted to a hospital. Juliet goes to the hospital. Jack survives, but is unable to speak. He writes "I love you" on a card and shows it to Juliet. Juliet thinks that Jack will soon find out. Jack is nowhere to be found when next day arrives at the hospital. The hospital staff tells her that they have buried all the victims of the chemical attack. Because it is a very dangerous chemical that spreads from person to person. Juliet didn't love Jack when he was by her side, but now even though she wants to love Jack, Jack isn't there. It's Juliet's past, and coming to the present, Juliet's car crashes. By the time she woke up, it was dark and her leg was stuck in the car. There are strange creatures lurking around after dark, so she tries to take the gun in front for her own safety. And she also pulled out her leg which was stuck in the car. With the radio inside, she tries to tell her friends about her condition, but there is no replay. Not only that, a strange animal comes there after hearing her voice. Certainly not if it was a zombie. Tonight Juliet must protect herself from the strange beast. If the animal sees 2 legs, it looks like a human. As it approaches Juliet, she remains silent. If the animal keeps walking to see that there is no one there, the animal will hear the replay coming on the radio at the same time. Juliet took the radio and threw it out of the car. Even the animal thinks that the sound is coming from the radio itself and takes out the radio and throws it aside. So far, however, Juliet is safe. As the animal leaves, Juliet tries to take the radio. But at the same time she sees that strange animal. With that she immediately went inside the car, took out the gun and was ready to kill the strange animal. But the animal comes up behind Juliet and grabs her and pulls her out. However, when Juliet turns on the car, the animal is frightened by the sounds and runs away. After a while the animal comes again. This time Juliet runs away after shooting with the gun. Slowly, Juliet tries to communicate with her nearby radio. As a replay, if you turn on the location in the car, it will send a chopper. Juliet turns on the location. The animal roams around. But in fact they are not pre-existing animals, but spawned after the chemical factory attack. All that place is also made like this due to this chemical attack. Juliet is very nervous. When the replay comes that we will locate and send the chopper, it will be a bit normal. But then the animal comes to attack again. Just then Juliet turns on the car lights. Those animals are also afraid of lights, that's why they attack only at night time. So the animal sees the light and runs away again. Juliet gets a message on the radio again, "We're not coming now, wait until tomorrow morning." Juliet decides that she can't do it anymore and she has to get out of here anyway. Just outside, Juliet sees the horn and lights of another vehicle. She stops them and goes there. But the people in that vehicle are not good people. They are thieves. They want to take Juliet's money and kill her. That's when the animal attacks all of them. But Juliet was able to save herself by staying inside the car. But in a way, the animal saved Juliet. Now Juliet comes out determined to shoot the animal if she wants to escape from there. He comes out with a gas can and provokes the animal. When the animal approaches her, Juliet blasts the can. Still nothing to the animal. The animal gets angry and throws Juliet away. Juliet this time shoots the animal with a gun. That's where the animal falls. Juliet also gets tied up there and falls. Tomorrow will be morning. The animal is not dead yet. The animal gets up and slowly walks over to Juliet. Juliet also gets up and thinks to take her gun and shoot the animal. But here the animal feels touching Juliet. Judging by the animal's behavior, it is clear to Juliet that the animal is Jack and not someone else. He changed because of the chemical attack. Jack's only reason for being there all night, though, is to protect Juliet from the rest of the animals. Juliet remembers Jack's words. When Juliet sees a painting in an art gallery and says it's ugly, Jack tells her to look past the ugliness and see the beauty. So finally, instead of leaving Jack like that, unable to live in this society with Jack, both of them commit suicide with the gun she has. This is how the movie ends. For such an interesting movie explanation, please subscribe to my channel and activate the bell next to it. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to like and comment. Thanks for watching. See you later in the video.